Hola, 皆さん。こんにちは、日本人。こんばんは、アメリカ人。コキさんです。はじめまして。よろしくお願いします。The Possible Man の小説家。Japan Society、そして Japan Society の日本語の学生です。です。あ皆さん、皆さん、あうん、ごめんなさい。ラストライブストリームは悪いです。あビデオ、あうん、ビデオはダメージ、no good。うん、英語を話します。ああどうぞ、待ってください。あ今日はあ君の名は君の名はあリセットあ124ページ英語を話します。only 話します。今、英語を話します。Sorry, there's a lot to, there is uh, a lot to talk about. Well, not a lot to talk. Well, there's a lot to talk about regarding the last stream. Just wanted to let it be known um, that the last stream was damaged, which was episode 36, and it was damaged beyond all repair. Even the recording itself was damaged, so I couldn't throw it up in as a replacement for what happened on the live stream. I thought that when Pico was saying there was no sound, Pico was referring to the pause on the video, but in fact there really was no sound at parts, especially when I was reading the novel when I was reading the book. There was it was desynced. The voice synchronization was really off, and I didn't realize, that was what Pico was saying. Because if I had known, I would have stopped the entire stream and restarted from the beginning. But I don't know what happened. I don't know um, if it was YouTube or if it was OBS. If I had put on too many moving parts in OBS, the video and the website, had maybe I had too much stuff on and it just caused OBS to just stress. Because it was showing that it was fine. That's the thing. OBS was showing that it was fine, but it turned out that it wasn't fine on the back end, on the streaming end. So unfortunately, I couldn't keep the original episode 36. So I set it to private, and eventually I'm going to remove it from YouTube because it's completely wrecked. And this will be 36. This episode will be 36 onward. Uh, and I decided to restart back at page 124 in Kimi no Nawa, and make up for it. There's not going to be any study time, and I'm not going to stay long here on the English section. I just want to address all these things, and I'm going to dedicate the entire live stream to reading Kimi no Nawa to make up for the mess of the last live stream, last show. So what's gonna so the question is, am I gonna continue the YouTube videos? And the answer is no. Something is up with, I guess, with my monitor because it keeps popping up every time I go into the YouTube on the Switch. I'm using the Switch for YouTube, and every time I go in there, I keep getting a block from my monitor, HDHC. It's something that PS3, the PlayStation 3 does. So, and you have to go through. I don't know. It's difficult. It's kind of a crazy thing that it's set up here, but yeah, YouTube gets blocked when when I have it running through the Switch and the monitor and into my capture card. So it's just not worth it at this point. I can't keep doing. I can't keep going through this. It's not good for the show. It's not good for all of you, my viewers. So until I can actually get a more powerful computer that can handle playing YouTube while streaming at the same time, this is I'm gonna not attempt any more YouTube videos and yeah, that's pretty much it. The other thing is that I gotta also try and keep the English segments low in terms of time. I want to keep it 30 minutes because this is supposed to be a Japanese language show. It's supposed to be me speaking Japanese, and I'm not speaking. And the video that I was reacting to, which was about accents in America, went for 30 minutes, and the whole entire thing went for an hour with me providing commentary and information and such. It went for 1 hour, and that's not good. The show is supposed to be me learning Japanese and speaking to all of you in Japanese, and I was willing to do the English segments for those of you in Japan who want to learn English and are interested in a little assistance on my end in learning English and understanding, of course, America and the U.S. and Puerto Rico and other things and other aspects. But if I spend an hour speaking English and then 1 hour speaking Japanese, I'm not learning anything. I'm not communicating with any of you consistently, and most importantly, it defeats this whole channel, which is called Coqui-san Japan. Even though it's Japan related, the purpose was to be an all Japanese language channel, and I don't want to defeat that purpose. So I gotta try and keep these segments very very low, 30 minutes tops. I cannot go past that. I can't go past that, and I gotta try and not go into English so much while speaking Japanese either. I'll never be able to learn Japanese if I keep jumping into English too much, a lot throughout the stream. I gotta try and stay speaking Japanese at all times. Once I proceed to move onward with Japanese, because I'll never be able to learn, I'll never get fluent, and I'm never gonna get literate if I concentrate too much on English. こんばんは、ピキョ、こんにちは、元気ですか? Mm. No Spanish. No Spanish. Mm. I'm good, Pikio. Arigato. I am addressing the last show. Because it was damaged. Uh, so, mm, yeah. So basically, the goal is cultural exchange. But but even though I know there are a lot of English speaking uh, there's a lot of English speaking Japanese, that there is still a lot of Japanese who don't speak English, and I've gotta bring them into the channel as well. I have to try to draw them in as well and bring their interest as well, and I can't do that if I'm speaking more English than Japanese. So I have to temper the English, because last show when I was covering the accents, it went for 1 hour, and I've been keeping my show limited to 2 hours, so that's not very good. That was more English than Japanese, and so I need to rein that in. I gotta rein that in, bring it all in, and cut it down, keep it to within 30 minutes. Mm, so that way I could concentrate on Japanese, learn it, study it, and get fluent and literate, proper. So that way this show can achieve what I'm looking to accomplish. Pikio, yes, please ask away. Mm, sure. What is your question? Here we go. All right. Oh, we have a question in the chat. Just mm, okay. So Pikio asked, tell me something interesting about American culture that I could tell the Japanese and surprise them with. So let's see. This is great. Let's see. What do we have that's cultural? Hmm. 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 Let's see. That you can surprise them with. Hmm. Well, let's see here. There's a whole lot. Um. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. Culturally, here's something that's that would be interesting. Culturally speaking, given that there are 50 states, and I'll type this into the chat for you. Uh, there are 50 states and 5 territories. Okay, there are 50 states and 5 territories. Each of them act as their own country. With their own act as their own country with their own laws and distinct cultures and histories. Let's see. Each of them act as their own, and we tend to be more loyal to our states than we are to the federal government at times. As their own country, and we tend to be loyal to the state more than the federal government. More than the federal government. As established by the U.S. Constitution. Here we go. So let's see here. Here we go. So now we have this amendment called the 10th Amendment. The 10th Amendment in the U.S. Constitution, which lets it be known it kind of allows, let's see, 10th Amendment of the Constitution ensures, not really allows, but ensures that each state and territory each state and territory is still I'm gonna say independent. Well, it is independent. It ensures that each state and territory is its own country with respect to its laws. Well, let's see here. It's kind of like well, the key word is in state and territory as opposed to, say, province or prefecture. It ensures that each state and territory is its own country within the federal government. Within the federal government, and whatever law from Congress, basically, like whatever law from Congress, how's the phrase? No, it's not law, but basically basically it's saying that whatever the federal government doesn't you know what? Let me pull up the 10th Amendment. I could read it to you. This won't. Let me pull up the 10th Amendment. Because in order to explain how each state has its own distinct culture, you have to understand the 10th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Oh, not 10th code. 10th Amendment. Here we go. So here we are. 10th Amendment to United States. Here we go. Okay, so it's very simple. Oops, here we go. So it's very simple. In one simple sentence, it says, "The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people." So basically what it's saying is that the states, each of the 50 states and the 5 territories are sovereign, are still sovereign by nature, are still sovereign countries by nature, but the Constitution, acting like a treaty, so to speak, for each of the 50 states and 5 territories, carries a lot of the heavy load, say army, taxation, that kind of stuff. But the states are still independent. They're still independent. Here we go. I'll write the 10th Amendment on here. Let me write what the 10th Amendment. I'll type that up so everybody can read that. And this is actually a very important piece here, because this ensures that the federal government, the main government itself, doesn't basically act like a dictator over the states. Let's see here. I'll keep it short form. U.S. by the Constitution. So what happens is that for those of us who tend to live within our state for a very, very long time. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, that's a lot of talking. So even though we are すみません。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。大丈夫。Actually, I should have done it this way. I didn't think about that. I'm typing, and I could just copy paste. Here we go. Here we go. So wouldn't Pico asks, wouldn't that divide the U.S.? The answer is no. Technically, it did. Technically, it did. We had a civil war in the 1860s over slavery, and the southern states. Uh, yeah, we had. That's because we had a civil war in the 1860s over slavery, and these southern states like Georgia, Texas, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, and so on, broke away and created their own country called the Confederate States of America, because they believed that owning slaves was the right of the state, the 10th Amendment, as afforded by the 10th Amendment, and owning slaves pretty much conflicted with everything the U.S. Constitution was to stand for regarding human rights. So it was a bit of a friction, and it was something that was being slavery was being addressed since the founding fathers, and everybody just kicked the can in a sense, until it just got horrible, got worse, and had to be addressed at some point, and it resulted in the southern states breaking off, and they created their own country, but then they decided to attack the North, which was the United States, and created war, and a civil war broke out, and of course the North won. Abraham Lincoln got slavery abolished through the 13th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, and we brought all the southern states back into the U.S. And they became united one more time. Once more. So yes, divide in terms of division. Yes, it has happened, and it did happen. But now we're back together again. I mean, the South still prides itself being the South and everything, But what can we do? You know what I'm saying? We've been dealing with civil rights issues. This country's been dealing with civil rights issues since the founding. So, but yes, in that sense, it did divide. It did happen, and now the now it's deemed illegal. Funny enough, I believe the Supreme Court, which is our highest court in the country, made it illegal for for any state now to break away. only the five territories have the option to break away from the U.S. because they're not an actual state. I don't think a lot of people around the world know about this. Know about this. Because even here in America, not many people grasp that our 50 states and 5 territories. Right. Pikio says Japan is made up of 47 regions, all subject to the Japanese government. Yes, many countries are like that, with provinces, prefectures, and so on. That's why the key word we use is state, because state is usually defined as a sovereign government, and that's basically how each of the 50 states and 5 territories behave as a sovereign governments. Each 50 state and territory. Each 50 state and territory. I'm gonna write this out. Right. See, right. Pico says it can be said that Japan is an emperor-centered country. Right. And your with your country, your loyalty is directly to your emperor. Your loyalty is supposed to be directed at the emperor. From what I understand, being that it's a monarchy. Usually with monarchies, your loyalty is more directly tied to whoever is the sitting ruler, whereas our loyalty is really more towards the U.S. Constitution. not to the federal government. The federal government is just a a mechanism with which we operate to run the country with. So let's see. Constitution has its own constitution. Yes. Pico says the emperor is defined in the Japanese constitution as the symbol of Japan. If I understand correctly, we helped you guys, and I'll put this in quotes, helped your country draft the Japanese constitution. We won't dwell further from where that all derived from, but yeah. But yes, but yes, your constitution does make clear that your emperor is the ruler of the land. with we didn't want to. That's a whole different history for another day. Right now, yeah. Pikio says the Japanese Constitution was created by the United States. But upon the creation of the Constitution, we did as a country on our end, recognize that your emperor was still a sovereign ruler, and we made no attempt to like depose him or anything. We did want to keep him in there, to keep so that your government wouldn't destabilize and make things worse for all of you post World War II, and try and help you all. We took responsibility for our end with the war here. What we did in our part of the war, so that was an obligation, and rightfully so. Another thing to help you understand how American culture operates is that each 50 state and 5 territory has its own constitution. Independent of the U.S. Constitution, and that's actually a requirement in the U.S. Constitution in order to become a state. Oh yes, we are aware of the emperors. We do know that you guys have an emperor, but not all Americans know who is sitting at the throne. Who's sitting at the throne? But unless we embrace Japanese culture. So I am aware that Emperor Reiwa is the current emperor, and his father stepped down from the throne a couple of years ago. I missed out on seeing the ceremony. I would have liked to have seen it because that would have been very fascinating to watch the transition, the transfer. But to get back to culture, the American culture, how American culture works, 50 states and 5 territories has its own constitution. Making them independent of the federal government, and it's actually a requirement in the Constitution. It's a requirement in the Constitution for each state to have its own state constitution, as they're called. And in order to be admitted as an official U.S. state, your constitution has to meet the standards of the U.S. Constitution, and then it goes to the vote by Congress. goes through the vote by the states, who represents the states, and if Congress and if the states agree, then you become a U.S. state. Yes, they do. Oh, you're saying that all Americans know who Emperor Reiwa is? So one of the territories that is trying to become a U.S. state is Puerto Rico, my home country, my home country. We are known as a Commonwealth, and as a title, we call ourselves the Commonwealth, not so much a territory. So don't say territory to any Puerto Rican. You'll get a stern talking to. But we are currently in the process of trying to become a state. So to become the people that have residence, and only those who have residence in the island, as in actually living on the island, got to vote. Those of us who are living in the other states, we don't get to vote. But my people on the island had voted for statehood, but politics is kind of getting in the way of the whole thing at the moment. But if Congress, if the states agree to admit us into the state, we will become the 51st state, and we will have a star added to the U.S. flag. Mm-hmm. Hi, yes, Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. So we are. So yeah, we are. We are very close. We're very close. We're very close right now, and our uh, delegate or resident commissioner, as the official title is trying to is in Congress right now. Trying to get the votes to make it happen. But of course, as with politics, you always have the opposition, political opposition. So it's another uphill battle for us. But what will happen if we become an official state is not only will we be paying taxes into the country and contribute to the country, but we will have representatives and senators inside Congress who will be able to have voting powers and will vote for laws and other things, and we will have representatives who will vote for the president, known as part of the electoral college. All the benefits that the states have been afforded, that had been afforded by the Constitution, will be extended to us on the island. So we will just become officially, we'll just be another state. We'll just be like all the other states, but with our culture and adding to the American experience. I think what it is that you're pronouncing Puerto Rico as Puerto Rico, and it's not wrong, but the Puerto Rican people, do not pronounce the U and the E. We pronounce it with an O. So it's Puerto Rico. So we pronounce it as Puerto Rico. There we go. Here we go. Puerto Rico. Uh, gotta remember the R. Puerto Rico. There you go. Yeah, never pronounce the UE. Yeah. It's very very rare that the UE gets pronounced. Maybe in Spanish, but in English, never pronounce the UE in English when you're pronouncing in English. It's Puerto Rico. So let's take this to a conclusion because I'm running over on the English here, and I want to get to Japanese. So, mm-hmm. So basically, the culture of one of the key cultures of America is that each state, uh, residents of a state is usually loyal to their state, even though mm, right, you're pronouncing the U and the E. Puerto Rico, Puerto, yeah, Puerto Rico. So you're pronouncing the U and the E. That's because you're going by the spelling, but but that's not how we normally pronounce Puerto Rico. Uh, unless you're speaking Spanish, where it sometimes can be pronounced because of the accent. It, I guess you're going by unless you're going by the Spanish. You're probably going by the Spanish then, given the way katakana is designed. You're probably going by the Spanish. Spanish, the way that when you're speaking the Spanish, when you're speaking in Spanish directly. But when you're speaking in English, you never pronounce the U and the E. You always pronounce it as Puerto Rico in English. But again, it's not wrong. It's just that it's informal. It's very informal and could be seen as inappropriate amongst us, depending on who you say it to and how you use it. So be very careful when you approach one of us and pronounce our name, our island's name. So in conclusion, one of the key aspects of American culture is that we do take pride within our own states. Even though we do move from state to state, we can move residency from state to state and live somewhere else, anywhere in the country freely. Usually, we show a lot of strong loyalty within our state. Like, for example, teams. You know, if you have teams, sports teams. So like New York. You know, New York, like if you're a fan of the New York Yankees and you decide to live in Chicago for decide to move and live in Chicago forever, you might still be loyal to the New York Yankees and you'll still have your New York accent and such. Well, squishy. Chisai Spangle. Chisai Spangle. Chisai Spangle. But hi. or poquito. But yeah, that's one key cultural American cultural aspect is that we do show our loyalty to our states more so than we do our federal government, even though we wave the flag because we believe in the U.S. Constitution. It's a very strange thing it's a strange thing. It's very strange that we do. We don't we love we love the U.S. Constitution and believe in everything that it stands for, but we don't care about the federal government. We don't care for the federal government. We only care about the states that we live in. So yeah, let me just close this out with one thing. All right, I'll type this in. Culturally, we don't care about the federal government. We only care about the U.S. Constitution and our own states. And our own states. There we go. And you'll notice this too, from us when we talk a lot about the U.S. Constitution. You'll always hear us saying First Amendment rights or Second Amendment rights, things like that. You'll always hear us talk about the U.S. Constitution more so than anything else. If anything. Go. I'll type this out, and you can share that with all your friends. There we go. Our sovereign king. The U.S. There we go. And not a human being. Think of it this way. If anything, think of it this way. Here we go. Think of it this way: the U.S. Constitution is our sovereign king and not a human being. All right. Okay, there we are. All right. And with that said, thank you very much. This was a very great conversation. Pikyo. I hope those of you watching at home, the recording, I hope that help you all understand a little bit about U.S. culture, a little aspect of it. It's a very remarkable thing that we got going here, and hopefully it'll it'll give you all an understanding when you all wish to come and visit our country, our wonderful country, that you understand how our states work, and when interacting with all of us residents here, all of us citizens, understanding that we have a different culture within each state. So maybe we could talk more about that, what each on a more independent state level. You're welcome, Pikyo. Arigatou gozaimasu. Ima. Now is time for Japanese. It's time to speak Japanese by reading Kimi no na wa. All right. So as I noted, because of what happened in the previous stream, I am going to start back over at page 124, 124ページ, and I'm going to catch up to where I was left off at and go beyond for the remainder of this show. Okay. And again, I'm sorry. ごめんなさい for what happened in the last show and all the hiccups that happened. Minasan, Kimi no na wa o yomimashou. これ。すみません、皆さん。英語を話します。今日は勉強します。Today, I learned that toll is equal to is the equivalent of quotation marks. Here we go. Toll. Hold it. I got it here. Here we go. Oh. What's this doing here? Get out. Thank you. Let me page this back over. There we go. I learned that today in school, which now makes total sense why I keep saying toll, why I kept reading toll after character dialogue. Oh no. No. It was such an amazing thing. すごい。これ。そしての核が地球はい、カレクト地球の金棒で砕けるのをその瞬間まで誰も予想できなかった。しかも氷で 追われた、その内部には、ちょ、ちょ、ちょ、ちょ、ちょ、共通、共通形、はい、共通形約40メットメトメトルメトルカタカナカタカナメはいトルメトルメトメトメトメトルメトメトルの眼界が潜んでたのだ。水星、水星、水星水星、水星、はい。水星、漢字、水星、水星の方は、語られを、うん、隕石、隣、秒速30km 以上の破壊的なスピードで地表に落下した。メートル。Oh, ミートル。メートル。ミーター。うん。うん。うん。うん。すみません。すみません。ピキよ。あ、うん。コメント。コメント。うん。Oh. Oh, this part. はいはい。夏か、夏か地点は、日本、そこは、福内、福なこ、とね、うん、うん、うん、で、カタカナは、はい、 Here we go. Metaru. Metal, metaru. Metoru. Metal. Iron is made of metal. Metoru. Meter. Meter in Japanese pronunciation is meta. Is meta. Katakana. わかります、ピキオ。人間の居住地、糸森、糸森町だった。町は、その日が町、その日がちょうど秋祭りだった。ラツカジ航空、ラツカジ航空漢字。ラツカジ航空は20時4、20時、20時42。12:42 分。メタル、山賊。ありがとう、ピキオ。30時42分。衝突地点は祭りの屋台でにぎわったいたタレある宮水神社。懐かしい、ノスタルジー。はい、ありがとう、ピキオ。宮水神社付近、隕石らつかにより神社を中心とした後半医が習字に壊滅した。核や森林の破壊にとどまちず、衝撃により地費用 はい、ひよ。うん。よりちひよごと大きくぐられ。隕石、ミテオライ。はい、ありがとう、ピキオ。ノット。うん。ちょ、ちょはい。長期、長期、長期、マーバー、マーボー、モーボー、モーボー。おー。うん。直径、モーボー、1キロメーターに、もう、およ、およぶ、うん、カタカナ、く、くれ、oh, crater, crater. Hmm. Oh, hobo, hobo. Why I say mobile? Hobo, hobo. うん、一つ系ほぼ1キロメーターに模様をクレーターが、うん、形形成形成された。された4、いや、5、5、5のと、5、5、5、5。うん、漢字、漢字、漢字、漢字、漢字。あ、はい、コレクト。5、漢字5。はい、はい。5、うん、すみません。5キロメーター、離れた地点でも1秒後に、2班、うん、カタカナ。almost, ほぼ。うん、まマグニ、うん、マグニ、マグニチュード。はい、マグニチュード。うん、マグニチュード。うん、マグニチュード。 へへへへへ。うん。マグニチュード、4.8。うん。Oh. Oh, magnitudo, magnitude. Oh, oh. 地震 earthquake. Oh, oh. の揺れがついた終わり、15秒後には、あ爆風が吹き抜け、抜け町の、んtouch much de Picchio. Obo in English is homeless person. うん、町の後半近代の議会に見舞われた最終的な犠牲者は5000500、500、500人町に、はい、町にの、ボーリ、町のボーリ、それは、町の人口のワンサードの当たる、糸森町は人類じゃあ、女性。うん。はい。ありがとう、ピキオ。い、いせ、いせしゃ。ありがとう、ピキオ。うん。糸森町は、人類史上、はい、はいはいはい。女性悪の隕石 隕石災害の舞台となったのだ。クレーターはもともとあった糸森湖に隣接して形成さらたたのたためたためたたたためたためたため内部に水が流れ込み、最終的には5つのひょうたん型の湖、新糸森湖となった。おお、すごいピキオ。うん、ありがとう。Disaster ノット。うん、隣接。町の南側は比較的被が少なかったが、被害を見ねがね免れた。いや、千、千人は、千人ほどの住民についても、その後は町からの転出者、転出者或出者、漢字、転出者が相次いだ。ありがとう、ピッキオ。ノート。湖。林。おう。め お、南側。うん。あありがとう、ピキオ。うん。うん。一年を、またずして、うん。一年をまたずして、あ、ちち、あち、ちじ、ち、ち、ち、ち、ち、うん、カタカナ、ち、ち、たい、としての、位置が困難となり、隕石ら通貨から14、お14、うん、カタカナはい 14K カタカナ K うん。あ月号、糸森町は、明治ともに消滅した。ああ、ありがとう、ピキオ。いい、困難。おお、おお、困難。Hard, difficult, problematic, elusive, tough, problematic, problematical, naughty, baffling. おお、困難。はい、ありがとう、ピキオ。これは、それに、これはそれに、あ教科、教科者、あ、教科者的事実、漢字、教、よう、か、小的事実、あだから、俺だって、大体のことは、ことは、もれ、もちろん、はい、もちろん、sure、もちろん、sure、もちろん、知っていた3年前、俺は中学生だった。近近所の高台から、カタカナ、うん、 うんあててあまとカタカナてまてあまとんていあまとお明明治明治ともに明治うんああ名実の実ともに名実ともに名実ともに名実ともにうん名実ともに名実ともにおうははいはいはい名実ともに名実ともに名実ともに名実ともに名実ともに名実ともにはい。じゃあ、これ、せいせ、そいせ、すいせ、すいせを、小さい、小さいに眺めて、めたことも、覚えている。だが、おかしい、おかしい。つじつもが、あー。わかります、ピッキオ。ありがとう。うん。Example, Pikio said. Ichiro is an excellent baseball player both in his accomplishment as well as popularity. Wow, that is specific. Hmm. Hmm. He lives up to his name as one of American actors. Hi, hi. Hmm. ああ、明治ともに lives up to his name. Hmm. Mm, sounds like the closest I can think of. Hmm. Ah, okay. It may be. It's an idiom. Huh. It's a Japanese idiom. Got it. Got it. Hmm. Hmm. わかります、ピキオ。ありがとうございます。数字数も、まが合わない。俺はつい先月まで何回も三葉通して糸森町で糸森町で暮らしてきたのだ。だから俺が見たのは三葉のつまいは糸森も町ではない。追星と三葉との入れ替わりは無関係だ。そう考えるのがし源、が自然だった。そう考えたかった。ああ。だが、一森餅近隣にあるこの私立と小私立と小関連マンをめくりながら、俺はどうしよう。はい、どうしよう。俺はどうしようもなく混乱して I knew it. It is an idiom.
Yes.
ありがとう、ピッキオ。携帯ともり町全記録。一応にして、まずにシーズンだ。さと、ともり町。カタカナ。うん。うん。カタカナ、ていあまと、ていまたと、いや、てい、ていあまと、す、おー、はい、のと、ん水星の悲劇、そんな、うん、カタカナ、んタイ、タイトル、タイトル、んんんタイトル、oh, I thought it was うん、タイトル、ありがとう、ピキオ。タイトルのついた、分厚い、分厚い本、分厚い本を、俺は、片端からめくる。これらの本に載っているありし日、ありし日の糸森町の写真はどう見ても俺が過ごした某所、某所はい、はい。某所、某所、某所なのだ。この小、小、小、この小学校は 四つ葉のかよ建物、みよ、みや、宮水神社、うん、みや、宮水神社は、ボアラヤンが、カヌ、カヌ、カヌシ、カヌシを知っている、神社だ。このダラヒ、ダラヒ、ダラビー、ダラピーロ、ダダピーロ、ダダピーロイ、駐車、駐車、駐車場、駐車場、駐車場、駐車場もにけならんだす。お、カタカナ。はい、ピッキオ。ティアマト。あー、ティアマト。うん。I don't know about that. ティアマトわかりません。痛い痛い。あー。はい、息を。ありがとう。けな、けならん、並んだスナックも悩みたいな、おろん、コンビニも、あー、うん。はい、ピキオ。うん、山道の小さな踏切も、もちろん、もちろん、糸森こうも、今、今となったは、すべてに、くっきりと、み、みょみょば、みょぼ、みょぼ、見覚えがある。 あの、廃墟、廃墟の街並みをこの目で見てからは帰って、帰って、記憶が鮮明になっている。息が苦しい不規則にあま、あば、あばはい、暴れている心臓がいつ、いつまでもおせ、おせみ、おさま、収まらない。あ、あ、あざ、鮮やかな写真の数々に前日感と空気が無音、無音のままずい込まれていくような気がする。糸森高校最後の体育祭と題された就寝がある。二人三級、うん、二人三曲は、二人三曲としている高校生そのつこ、つこの二人に、俺は、みょ、みょば、みょほ、みょぼ、みょぼ、見覚えがあるような気がする。一人は前ぼ、ぼ、見上がり髪、前髪、ば、パ。ありがとう、ピキオ。ん前髪、パ、前髪、パツンのおさげ、おさげ髪、もう一人カタカナ、ブルンジカレクトかおいえ、オレ、オレンジ、オレンジ。2年3記憶 Words you should learn はい、ピキオ あ、すごい、すごい。おー。ああ。二輪線記憶。はい、いいよ、ありがとう。うん。はい、これ。オレンジ色の芋で髪を言った、あ少女、はい、少女、girl, 少女、girl, 少女、girl, girl. Inside out. 空気が皿の薄薄く薄くなる。コビコビコピー。コビ。はい。四字熟語。うん。うん。首の後ろにどろりと熱い血が垂れた気がして、あテレ、あテレメ、テレメ、テレメ、テレメグと、あドメイナ、汗だった。Is a Japanese idiom consisted of four Chinese character kanjis, probably known as four character idiom. Just like the name, four Chinese characters express what it is you want to say. Ah, はい、はい。うん、そうか。滝、顔を、顔を上げると、あつかきと奥手だ先輩が立立っていた二人は俺にいちさつの 本を手渡す。分厚い表紙に白押しの重し、招待で。お糸森、水星災害。糸森水星災害。犠牲者名、母目狂いと書いてある。うん、ああ。ありがとう、ピキオ。Hot day and I'm sweating. 俺はページ、をめくる。あ犠牲者の名前、と住所が地区、地区、ごとに掲載されている。指でたどるページ。あー、痛い。はい、コレクト G、ページ、はい、ページ、コレクト。ページを乗っていく。やがて、見覚えのある名前で指が止まる。勅使河原克彦17ページ。名取さやか、17ページ。17ページ。うん。はい、大丈夫。ありがとう。カタカナ、停止停止が、勅使川、勅使川勅使川、お、勅使川原、勅使川原、勅使川原と、あ名前、うん、勅使川原と、あけ、と、さやちゃん、うん、勅使川原と、さやちゃん、名前、名前、名前。俺の、つぶよ。はい。 つぶやきに、つかきと先輩の息よの無気配がする、がする。そして、俺は、決定的は、名前を見つけてしましま。宮水人は72ページ。宮水三葉17ページ。宮水四葉9ページ。一人が俺の後ろから名簿を、はい、名簿、俺の後ろから名簿をのぞき込む。はい、unusual names. Yeah. このコーナーの、このコーナーの、月、絶対、何かの町がいいだよ。だってこの人、奥寺先輩が、なんだか泣き出しそうな声でいい。おう、おう、面白い。提供。うん。3年前、3年前に亡くなっているのよ。これはその言葉を押し返すために大声大声で聞ける。メイのリスト。うん。ノート。ありがとう。ついに3週間が、3週間、3週間か前に息が来るし、うん息が来るし、ひつし、漢字ひつし、ひし、ひしし、ひつし、ひし、必死に、いつしに、い、必死に、必死に、必死にすって、 続ける。今度は、聞きや、聞きや、聞き、聞きや気になる。おい。うん。水星が見える見える、見える目で、ねって、水星が見えるねって、こいつは俺に言ったんです。ね、め。息が苦しい。I can't breathe. ありがとう、ピキオ。目をなんとか三つ葉の文字から息剥がしながら俺はいい。だから、顔、お顔を、顔を上げると、目の前の暗い窓に俺の顔が映っている。お前は誰だと、とさ、とさ、ありがとう、ピキオ。とさな、思う、おた、頭の奥、のずっと、うん、のずっと、遠くから、しわがしわがれた声が聞こえる。おや、あんた今、夢を見とるな。夢俺俺は激しく混乱する。俺は一体何をしている。おう。はい。うん。うん。はい。うん。うん。うん。続く。うん。これ。おう。うん。In the back of one's mind. うん。はい。うん。ノート、129。 129。Excellent。ピッキョ、ありがとうございました。皆さん、ありがとうございました。混乱する。I get confused. はい。はい。I will use that phrase. 混乱する。俺は混乱する。はい、ピッキョ。ありがとうございました。うん。一時、うん。一時午前。俺は眠みます。ありがとう、ピッキョ。ありがとう。ピッキョと皆さん、楽しいですか？楽しい、楽しい、楽しい読んで。うん。皆さん、皆さん、どうぞ、サブスクライブをください。コメント、コメントは楽しいです。はい、ピッキオ。I will. 皆さん、ありがとうございました。さよなら。じゃあね。はい、ピッキオ。ほぼ。はい、ほぼ。ほぼほぼ。Almost homeless. はい。じゃあね